ATA Nation, it's your girl Anna. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Remember to turn your post notification bell on so that you'll be notified whenever I do post another video. In today's video, I'll be doing some cream cheese stuffed shell with some honey barbecue salmon. Stay tuned. So guys, in today's video, I'll be showing you how to stuff some shells, and it is a very easy technique. There's a lot of different recipes out there for you to try, and it is something kid friendly. Your children would love it, and the household will love it. If you love cheese, this is one of the best recipes for you. So to begin, you get your shells, right? And this is pasta. Macaroni, but these are the extra large shells. And what you're going to do, you're going to add some water to it, catch some water, whatever you do. If you put the water in the pot, just ensure the water go in the pot, right? So you add some water to it, ensure that they are covered, and you're going to cook the shells for like 5 to 8 minutes. They should be like 80% cooked. So you're going to add a little bit of salt, and as usual, once I'm cooking pasta, I'm going to add a little bit of oil. So while it's boiling, ensure that you keep checking. And it doesn't need to be fully cooked, you just need it to be able to open. Now we have some red onions, yellow bell pepper, and green bell pepper. You could use whatever color you want. But I know the flavor that I'm going for, so that's why I use those colors. Now I have some spinach here, and you could probably use callaloo if you wish. I don't know, these are some baby spinach. And people, today's video is about food and not my nails. Don't look how I have one on the nails and one and off. Like, I don't know what be going on with me. Lie. I was putting the nails on, and then I don't know. So I'm just cutting the baby spinach into smaller pieces. You don't have to cut them if you don't want to, but I find it, to me it works. And then I'm mixing in the onion and the bell peppers. You could use scallion if you wish to, but I didn't. So after that, nails look good though. Okay, on to better things. After that, we are going to add all the spinach with the bell pepper and the onion into a bowl, right? And there's no special techniques to add anything into the bowl. You dash it, you fling it, you do whatever you want to do it once it reach into the bowl, right? Yeah, that's it. So I'm just ensuring that everything gets into the bowl, As black people, we don't want to waste nothing, and that's way. Yeah. So after doing that, now here's the fun part. You could get your kids involved in this part because, let's face it, you're probably doing this for them. So I'm going to add some cream cheese. And I've added half a block of cream cheese. And then I said, oh, Jesus, my ancestor texts me and say, girl, you need a little bit more. So I add a little bit more. Them look away there. Now I'm adding some black pepper, some ground pimento, some garlic salt, some ginger powder, cilantro and parsley, some chives. You know it, go like a oregano right there, so just to flavor it down a bit, and some dried cheese, some Parmesan dried cheese. Now it's up to you. You can flavor it how you want. I've also added some cream mix, and this is like Alfredo sauce type of shit. I made it. That was not a part of the video, but yeah, it gives it a little kick. So you could add probably whatever sauce you want, cheesy sauce. I don't know. I'm just telling you, this recipe is original to me. I'm just winging it, but I've always winged this recipe. Every time it's different, but it comes out good. And I'm just, mashing the cheese in with the spinach and the peppers and, getting all those flavors in. Now, this is a good sandwich filler. So you could just put this over some bread or some crackers or on some cucumbers and make some, cucumber orders. Whatever, some wrap. You could put this in a wrap, and this is really good. It's on the healthier side, and if you're doing keto diet, you could also use this. So I'm just smashing until I feel like everything is combined, and I guess we're almost there. But for right now, you see there's like more cream cheese than spinach. You could add a little bit more spinach if you want. So after the pasta is boiled, the shells are boiled to my liking, I'm going to add some ice water, or some cold water to it to stop the process of cooking. Don't forget this part in the recipe, because if the shells are too soggy, then your recipe is crap, right? So I'm just taking them out of the water, kind of like, shaking the excess water off. And as you know, I'm a mother, and I'm doing this for my child. He wants to help, so that's where the two hands come in, As I said before, it is a kid-friendly recipe. So once their hands are clean, plus it is a good way to teach them to cook. And it's always good to get your children involved, right? So now I'm using a napkin to pat dry the macaronis, just to get rid of the excess water. Nothing too much, just getting rid of the excess. And I have these pastas on a baking sheet, right? Now you could do this in a bowl, because you could do like lasagna with it, stuffed shell lasagna. You could do a lot of things, but that's not what I'm doing today. Now, this is the messy part of it. So if you don't want to get messy, wear gloves. But guys, regardless, ensure that your hands are clean. So I'm just using a tablespoon to put the filling in the shell, as you can see right here. And it's a okay video. Like right now, putting the filling in the shell, you don't have to necessarily put it in the oven, as I am about to do after filling all shells. You could have it just as well. The macaroni is not fully cooked, but you could just like put it on the stove top. If you don't have an oven, you could finish it in the microwave, or you could ensure that the shell is cooked out. Or when it is 80% cooked, you leave it in the boiling water, but you turn the stove off. I hope you understand what I just said, because once you leave it in the boiling water, the process of cooking is still going. When you add the cold water to it, that's when the process of cooking stops, right? So you can also fill the shells with other stuff apart from spinach and cream cheese. You could do some a meatball filling. You could do some cream chicken. You could do some cheddar chicken. You could do bacons. I normally had bacon to the top of this, but I didn't have any, so I didn't add any this time around. But the filling can always be different. So we have some excess shells here that we're not going to fill. We are just going to coat it. And you'll see this soon, like we're in the process of it. So what we're going to do is coat the outside of the shells that are not filled. And the shells that are filled, we're going to leave them, turn them up. Because we want, when we put them in the oven, the heat gets, to the right places, right? So guys, you can mix and match here. If you want more colors apart from the yellow and the purple and the green, you could add red, yellow, whatever. It's really up to you, right? And you could also just add, like, make a gravy thingy to just pour over this and put it in the oven. There's a lot of ways to, like, switch up this recipe and make it your own. So now, what we're going to do is add the sauce to the outer part of the shells that are not full. So in the same container where we did the cream cheese and the spinach, I'm adding some Alfredo sauce, right? And to that Alfredo sauce, I'm going to add some honey barbecue sauce. And I'm also going to flavor that. I'm Jamaican, like, why would I just mix this together? So, I've added some parsley. I'm going to add some garlic, salt, and some cilantro, a little ginger powder, and the pimento powder, and just mix, right? You know it go, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to know that it's combined, and you get all those flavors in. And once all the flavors are in, you are then going to get your brush, which the brush is already in the pan. And you're going to use the brush to coat the outer part of the shells, right? So if you want to brush it, pat it, whatever, once it gets on the shell, you're good. You're good, we're good, right? You could also use other sauces to make this, to put over it. But I find that this works for me, so I've always used this sauce for the outer coating, right? Now, people, I feel like I ramble a little bit too much, but we will get to the juicy part of the video very, 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 very soon. So we're almost through with coating, and it doesn't take a lot to coat it. So, like, you don't need to mix a lot of sauce unless you're going to use it otherwise, right? As I say before, this is a kid-friendly video. So my child was applying this, and oh God, he did a mess, but he learned. I think he could cook this meal for himself after seeing me doing it a couple times. Well, now I'm adding some cilantro and parsley over, some dried cilantro and parsley. You could skip that, but by now, if you watch me a lot, you know that cilantro and parsley I like a lot. Like, I really, really like using it. So now we're going to add this to the oven and allow it to cook for 15 to 20 minutes. Here we have a piece of salmon, and we're going to, like, fillet it. So I'm showing you how I want it to be cut. Yes, just like that. But before cutting, I'm going to skin the salmon. And there we have it. I had 9 pieces. So once you wash this with some vinegar and some running water or some lime juice, you're good. Now I'm going in with some seafood seasoning, some ginger powder, garlic powder, onion salt, and black pepper, oregano, a little mustard, and a little paprika. You know, and I'm just going to dab that in a little bit and ensure that I get both sides, right? And this, when I'm cooking, although I use a lot of seasoning, I lightly season, so it's not salted, and I tend to use season that doesn't have a lot of salt, right, guys? So I'm just ensuring that I get the other side a little bit because there wasn't much on that side. So after doing this, you could put this in the oven, but I'm doing it on the stove top, right? So you're going to get your pot, you're going to get some oil, not too much. I'm using coconut oil. You could use whatever oil you need. Now I'm going to add the pieces to the oil and ensure that the oil is hot enough. Because if the oil is not hot enough and you're not using a non-stick pot or pan, the salmon might stick to the bottom, and you don't want that because salmon is easy to cook and it's easy to break, right? So you're going to cook on either side for about 4 to 5 minutes each, or it is really based on how high or low the stove is and how good your stove is too. So after doing all of that, we're just going to turn the stove down a bit and allow to, fry to our liking. If you want it well done, rare or medium, it's up to you. I want it well done, so the time that I gave you is for well done. So guys, this is what it looks like when it is finished. I made a barbecue sauce for the salmon, but like the video is not completed. Will J was all about doing everything and he wanted the food. People, this is it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Bye.